is Marche from the Notebook for Anna Magdalena Bach, and it's by Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. Let's start with the right hand. What you'll notice about this piece is it has F sharp and C sharp, and it's in cut time, which means 2-2. 2 beats per measure, and a half note gets 1 beat. So we're going to start with our thumb on the A above middle C. We'll then go, that's a pickup note, so the first note, the first measure is just a pickup note. And you'll notice that the last measure of the piece is a short, a beat to account for it. So we're starting with the A, then we're going to go to 4-finger D, and then A, which is a half note, and then 2/8 notes, B, C sharp, and then 4-finger D, then A, which is a half note, 8th notes, B, C sharp, then we're going to cross our thumb under here to go to the third full measure, which is all 8th notes. The thumb will land on D, this is D, E, F sharp, G, A, then back down, G, F sharp, E. So, the whole first line goes like this. A, D, A, B, C sharp, D, A. That's the first line. The second line is going to follow a similar pattern. It's going to have a quarter note followed by a half note, then 2/8 notes. That does that in the first 2 measures of the second line. So we were just here with our thumb on D, an octave above middle C, and we're going to be starting the measure, or starting the line, with our 3-finger on F sharp, and then followed by the half note, thumb on D, then the 2/8 notes, 3-finger F sharp, 2-finger E, then it's going to do a similar thing again, 3-finger F sharp for the quarter note, thumb on D for the half note, then we're going to cross our 3-finger over and land it on B, down below, for our 2/8 notes, B, A. The next measure is 2/8 notes, then a quarter note tied to an 8th, and then 3 more 8th notes. So we have our 3-finger play B, then you can play G sharp, you can use your thumb, and then pinky finger on E above that. This is the tied quarter to an 8th note, so it gets held a little longer than the regular quarter note. And then 4-finger D, 3-finger C sharp, 2-finger B for those 8th notes. Now, the whole second line sounds like this. Now the third line. We're right where we were before. Don't have to move our hands. Our thumb is going to start off by playing an A. And this is a dotted quarter. Then we have an 8th, 4-finger on D. Then we have a little trill going on. This is going to be played with our 3-finger on C sharp and our 2-finger on B. So it'll sound like, and you land on the B when you're done with the trill. It's another dotted quarter, and followed by 8th note A played with our thumb. So the whole measure sounds like. Okay, now the second measure, we're going to play another A, but I would play it with your 3-finger this time. So you can reach down with your thumb to play the E right above middle C. These are all 8th notes for the rest of the measure. E, A, and then you can put your 4-finger on C sharp, and then your thumb will play A to help move your hand up, and 2-finger C sharp, 3-finger E, and then the last measure is your 5-finger on A. And that is a dotted half note. It takes up the whole rest of the measure. So this line sounds like this. And that's the first page. We're also going to go ahead and do the left hand for the first page. So, the right hand starts the piece with the A, the quarter note A. The left hand doesn't play anything, has a rest during that. And it joins in at the beginning of the first full measure. This whole first line is quarter notes for the left hand. And it's going to do some repetition for the first two full measures. We're going to start with our forefinger on D. This is D below middle C. Then thumb on G, two finger F sharp, three finger E, four finger D, thumb G, two finger F sharp, three finger E. Then we're going to two finger F sharp. Then we're going to cross our thumb under and play D with it. Then two finger C sharp and three finger A. So the whole first line sounds like this. Rest. Now we have the second measure. It's got the same pattern in each of the three measures of this line. It's a quarter note, then 2/8 notes, then two quarter notes. So we're going to start by stretching our little finger down to D. This is two D's below middle C. Then we're going to go, that's quarter note, then we're going to go with our thumb is going to play an octave above, the D above that, followed by two finger C sharp, thumb on D, and then back to pinky finger on that low D. Then it's going to do the same thing again for the next measure. Low D, higher D, C sharp, D, low D. And then the third measure, same thing again. Low D, D, C sharp, D, low D. So the whole line sounds like now for the third measure. Our pinky finger is going to need to stretch down one note further. We're going to be playing C sharp. This is two octaves below middle C. And then our two finger or three finger, whichever you prefer, can play F sharp. Then four finger will play D. Three finger plays E. And then our thumb can play A. And this suggests the rest of the second measure is all eighth notes, and it's all A. So this suggests playing it with a 3. That's going to be 6 eighth notes to finish the measure. And then, the last measure, you're going to replace your 3 finger on that A with your pinky finger on the A. It's going to be 3 quarter notes. The next is going to be 2 finger on E and thumb on A. So the whole line sounds like this. And that's the right and left hands for the first page of Marche.